What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so you guys might recall a couple of days ago when the Milwaukee Bucks lost to the Philadelphia 76ers. They blew a lead, ultimately losing 110 to 102. And even though in that game Giannis had 25 points, he only shot 4-15 from the free throw line. Had he been able to knock down free throws, maybe he could have won the game. Who knows? But anyway, after the game, Giannis wanted to work on his free throw shooting. All right? Now, this is not something that is unusual. We've seen in the past players want to work on their craft. Before or sometimes after the game, we've seen Jordan do it, Kobe do it, Bird, Magic, Kareem, all these great players. But I guess it's not something that you see as frequently now because a lot of these guys don't want to be great. A lot of these guys are comfortable being good. As long as they play good enough to get those contracts, they're satisfied. But Giannis was doing what he was doing, something he's probably been doing for years. But leave it to the Philadelphia 76ers organization. Leave it to the fake Ben Wallace tough guy wannabe, Montrezl Harrell, to make a mountain of a molehill and, make this a big spectacle. But we all know a lot of these guys just don't fucking like Giannis for whatever fucking reason. But Shaq, who's always been a big supporter of Giannis, I'm starting to question Shaq's mental capacity as an analyst at this point. I'm really beginning. Look, a lot of people have been questioning Shaq's mental capacity as an analyst, but I've been defending Shaq a little bit. But even I have to say, in this situation, after you listen to what Shaq has to say, I'm really puzzled. So this is what he had to say in his podcast recently about that situation. And I'll put a link to the article in the pinned comment. He said, "My question is, why are you shooting after the game? What's that going to prove? The game is over, man. Let it go. If you're 2 for 10 in the game and you lose, and then you go after the game and shoot 8 for 10, what does that prove? It don't prove nothing. So that's my question." Well, see, Shaq, that just goes to show why you never became at least a decent free throw shooter, because you never practiced. You never practiced on your free throws. You never really took ownership of the fact that you were a bad free throw shooter. Matter of fact, you kind of were accepting of it. You figured, well, okay, I'm a bad free throw shooter, but I'm a high percentage scorer anyway, so that offsets that. But Shaq, if you had just become a 63% free throw shooter, man, you would have been even more dominant. Giannis wants to be a 70% free throw shooter consistently, if not 75%. That's probably his goal. Now, it's kind of unrealistic for him to expect to be 80, but hey, if that would happen, then that's one thing. Moses Malone was a 76% career free throw shooter. And Moses was a big guy. So don't say that a big man can't be a good free throw shooter, because it's very possible. But Moses put in that work. And I don't think that Giannis is doing that to get a pat on the back. Giannis is doing that behind the scenes and been doing things like that behind the scenes to get better. You big fucking milk dud head bitch, you. So at the end of the day, if that's what he has to do to get better, shooting free throws, working on his offensive game behind the scenes, doing all of the heavy lifting behind the scenes, which we don't see, then in the end, these things help him. He's not out there to get a pat on the back from the media when he's doing that shit. Look, Giannis is killing right now, and he still don't get credit from that shit like he should from the media. Giannis right now is averaging probably around 30 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, and you still have people in the media who aren't impressed by what he does. But Luka and Nikola Jokic, who haven't won anything yet, get all of this effusive praise from the media and fans and from fellow players. Universal. I can't think of one player who has something negative to say about Luka or Jokic, but it's a fucking hate fest when it comes to Giannis. And all three of them are international. So you tell me what the common denominator is there. Crabs in the barrel, like I always fucking say. Even if it's a foreign crab. You big dumbass.